Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the tangle as from CZT Emiko Kaneko. This is another neat organic tangle and relatively simple. At first I was thinking it was easy is the name, and then I did some reading, and it's like, no, it's as. And there's interesting information on the Tangle Patterns link, which I will put in the description section along with my step out as well. All right, this one, let's see. I'm gonna draw a big one here, just so that way we can see, because then you can kind of have it grow out of itself type of thing. All right, so starting off with a curved line, however you want it, and then another curved line, this one coming from, well, actually it could come from either end, because you could flip this and do it backwards as you're maybe, wanting to put a number of them together. But we're going to go on this side right here. So another curved line going upwards, and you can decide about how far you want it to go. It's not all the way, here, of course. I might take it just a smidge further. Then we have an S shape coming from here. And this is where I ran into a little bit of challenge. Not too much, just a little bit. So like that. It's kind of like half of the top of poke leaf if you've done poke leaf. So it's somewhat of an S shape. It's a curvy shape. Then from the tip of this, another big curved line back down to where we started. All right. And I'm like, wow, if I think of this as poke leaf, that's going to help me out. And I hope if you've done it, I hope it helps you out. If you've not done that tangle, I know that I have a video on that one as well. All right. Then just a couple little accent lines. Like so. Whoops. And this one will come up here. Like so. Then just a little orb right in that crevice. And then you can just color, fill that in. If you wanted to, you could add some rounding to the sides. It looks like Emiko might have put that in her step out. Sometimes they get small and it's hard to see, but that's what it looked like. So I added that on my step out as well. And that's it. Then if you want to shade, I'm going to put a little graphite here on all the tips. We'll start there. And sometimes that is just enough. Now, what's neat about this is you could use it kind of as a standalone accent type of thing. Oops, that needs to be a little bit. Oh, and isn't that cute? Yeah. Oh, and then you could always, if you want to add a little graphite to here, or I like to add just a little teeny curve line. I like to call it a little swoosh mark. And yeah. And there we have it. So that's a single one. Now, if you know, so this is going to be me. I did play with it a bit, and so let's put some together. So if you need some help doing that, just with some ideas. So I'm going to start here, and of course you would do, well, depending on what size area you're working on, then you determine the size of this. All right, you could almost do this in one stroke. So I have this, and then coming back with that C. You could almost, if you wanted to. And then we'll add our little lines, our little orb. Yay. Now, as I mentioned, could do it going the other direction, and maybe, and actually on the Tangle Patterns link, there are some really nice examples of other things that you can do with this. And I'm going to, I might try a little bit of the one. I'm going to just raise it, come up a little bit further from here. We're going to do this backwards. Oh, good luck to me. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're going to do a curve line. And then we're coming back. And then that S-shaped curve. And this, I'm going to stop right there and, like utilizing the hollabow technique, which is the art of drawing behind. So as if, I'm continuing all the way down here, but not, because this one is in front. Then we'll do our little curve lines. And I'm going to go right to that and not past. Right? So it also accentuates the idea of the going behind. Then you could have it growing out of itself this way. And when I was looking at hers, it seemed utilizing the hollabow technique as well, and kind of centering around the orb seems to help. And I'm going to look at hers while I'm doing this. And this one is all the way at the bottom. There's a couple of samples in there. Okay, so she has it kind of, and you can do it any way you find. Let's just see how this works. All right, so first curve line, second curve line. That's a little bit thin, but that's okay. And then coming back down like so. So it's kind of like working on either side of the orb. That seems to help. And then we'll have our little curve line, new orb, do a little fill in. Yeah. And then you could have it continue to grow out this way. You could have it continue to grow out that way. Also, could just start a new one right here. It doesn't matter. So let's do, let's see. And you could have, they don't have to go a certain direction, right? So I'm thinking we'll kind of angle this one a little bit. Oh, I guess I'm going to get that to go over that. Okay. And right close. A little orb. And the decorating part, I mean, you can do it, of course you can do it in any order. Some of the other things, it's important to do it in a certain order because one thing, goes to the next. And you can just continue. Let's do another one here just to see what that will. Get that one a little bit thicker. You see me hesitate on this S shape. And there's that. And it's okay to hesitate. I'd rather hesitate than just kind of trudge ahead and be sorry later. And filling in that background. And something here, so like in this center here, you could, I'm gonna put some tipple, some extra orbs in here. I don't normally do this like making a whole, well, like essentially doing a tile. This would be a monotangle because we're just, well, now that I've added tipple, it's kind of not, but I'm using it as a texture. So anyway, just to give you some ideas, because this was going to be a little short one, and then, do the shading kind of the same way, except like in here though, I'm going to go around that perimeter. And I'm sorry, I'm pushing too hard and shaking things. We'll just call this a teaser for my classes. There we go. And then we'll put some around here and around here. Okay. And how many times have I said, if you've been watching these, a lot of times I do like to go kind of step by step with the graphite. But sometimes if you know what you want to do, then, go ahead and do it as I did. Because it's like, well, I know I'm going to want to put it on all those tips. And, oh gosh, sorry. This graph. There we go. Just work lighter. Okay. And soften that up a little bit. And so if you are interested in classes, since I called this making this a teaser, because I usually we just like, here's the tangle and go have fun. And that, and I, you know, and of course, you know, that is the idea. And this is still just right up in the same time frame as what most of these are. This is just a little extra bonus. But if you enjoyed, well, oh, sorry. And there we go. Next to each other. Aren't they adorable? So if you enjoyed this, number one, would love to have a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, would love to have you as a subscriber. In the description, oh, and then if you do that, make sure to hit the notification bell so you can decide how you want to be notified, if you want to be notified at all. In the description section, which you might have to look at, like the title of the video, or sometimes it'll do like a first line and it'll say show more. I'm noticing that more and more on the videos. So you might have to click on that to get the whole description box. There you'll find the step outs, the link to the tangle patterns, as well as ways to connect with me. So if you want to come and do a class, I do some free classes. I actually do a lot of free classes, and I do some paid classes. And there's information on my website. I have a Tangle Addicts Club for those that want to support the work that I'm doing. And also they get all of anything that, any paid content that I put out there is included in that membership. So there's an extra plug. All right. Again, thank you so much for watching. This is a fun, cute little tangle, and I hope you use it a lot. And with that, I wish you happy tangling.